Hey guys, this is Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real, and in today's video we're going to take a look at what blueprints and what weapons and stuff are being sold this week in the Dark Zone. But right now, I'm standing in a burnt out gas station in front of a burning building because things are looking quite the hot mess for us PS4 players. If you're watching this video and you are on PC or on Xbox, the updated blueprints are not in this video. I repeat, they are not in this video. This is strictly for PlayStation 4 players because I am a PlayStation 4 player. I do not have access to the new blueprints or the new items, weapons, or whatever, so this video is going to be for the PlayStation 4 player. Now, if you are a higher level PlayStation 4 player and you have a lot of stuff and your character is geared and ready to go for the new update, most of the stuff being sold this week isn't really for you, but there are a few things that are here that you may want to consider picking up, and once the update goes live, you might want to craft a few things or buy a few things. So with that being said, for the lower level player, the player who has not been grinding it out and is still trying to work on their character, this is still a pretty good update for you. There are some things that you may want to look at, consider, and pick up. So let's take a look at what is being sold in the Dark Zone this week. Alright, here we are with the special equipment vendor. Let's see what he's selling this week.
You want it, I got it.
You want it, I got it, the man says. Alright, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure I want that he doesn't have. But anyway, so we have the Historian, which I don't want. It's a 159 headshot damage, higher than last week, but still it's the Historian. So we have the First Wave Vector. Vectors are going to get a bit of a nerf, but 25% critical hit chance still there. And we have Talented and Dominant. Plus we have Stable. This, if you feel like re-rolling it once re-rolling is an option, this still ain't that great. I'd pass on it. The Military M60E4. This has Predatory, Skilled, and Ferocious. LMGs are going to get a pretty nice bump. I would say, since the update is coming quite soon, don't buy it this weekend. But if you're interested in this particular LMG, then I would say you may want to wait until after the update and purchase it outright with these perks for the 824 credits. The Tactical Super 9 Shotgun has Ferocious, Unforgiving, and Determined. Kind of a meh. It's a 182. Usually the 182 seem to have some pretty good perks on them and been nice, but this one, I'm not really feeling that. Scrolling down to the 204 Operator's Vest, it has Forceful, increased armor while with 13.5% when your signature skill is active, plus it's got 592 armor and protection from elites. This is a pretty good PvE, I guess, chess piece. You can use this if you get into a pinch and you have your super that gives you damage resistance. This would give you even more armor, which may be pretty good. I don't know if the 13.5 goes over the cap, but if it does, that's pretty good. It'll probably save you and give you some time to run away and do what you need to do. Scrolling down to the 204 Gunslinger holster, you have Sturdy, which is not too bad. You stay in cover, you get some more armor, but it's got pistol damage. Pulse critical hit damage is pretty good. And the roll isn't that bad, 528, 551, 586, but still it's a 204 and probably pretty soon it's going to become obsolete. But if you are a beginner player and you are just starting out and trying to get caught up with a whole bunch of people, then a lot of these things aren't bad. I'm going to say that if you're leveling your character and trying to get your character up to snuff, then a lot of these things aren't bad and may be worth a look once the update goes out on Tuesday. So let's move on to the DZ and take a look at what is being sold this week. Okay, in DZ2, skipping past the 80, 40, 15s, all of that. Getting into the blueprints, we have the electronics vest blueprint, the electronics backpack blueprint, the stamina gloves blueprint, and the knee pads, stamina knee pads blueprint. If you're looking for any of these things to finish out your collection, then here you go. These are the 204s. Pretty soon next week the update is going to come. Not really seeing a lot of love for these blueprints this week, simply because in a few days they may become obsolete. Still don't know yet, but pretty sure that's how it's going to go. But if you're trying to get a nice little collection, then this might be a place to start. So let's move on to DZ3 and take a look at the weapons blueprints. In DZ3, straight off the bat, we have an MP7 with a pretty low critical hit chance roll, but it does have destructive, swift, and competent. Not really a high recommendation, although the MP7 I'm sure will see some love with the new update on the PS4. Scrolling down, we get into the blueprints. Valkyria is still here. The LVOA-C, the blueprint that I highly recommended last week, yet again is still here. I was really hoping to see something new from the blueprints for this week, but to no avail. Now we do have the black market M60E6 blueprint. We have it in two flavors. We've got it in 204 and we have it in 163. Of course, I would recommend the 204 version, but remember that the LMGs are going to get a very big update come next week. So if there is a lack of LMG in your stash and you're looking to craft something come next week, this may be a good little start to get you on the LMG bandwagon. I'm sure that LMGs are going to take off. You're going to see them a lot more, and having one that has a 100-round mag in it, and then if you have an extended mag with another 100% capacity, you may get a 200-round magazine LMG, and well, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be quite painful for the other guy. So let's move on down to DZ4 and see what other blueprints they have. If you have to pick up any kind of weapons blueprint, I'll probably recommend this LMG if you didn't pick up the LVOA-C last week. Alright, so let's move on down to DZ4. Check it out. In DZ4, looking at the mods, skipping past the lower end blueprints to the rank 50s, we have the firearms gear mod blueprint and the performance gear mod blueprint. If you need any of these to give yourself a little bump, then this may be a good place to start. Even though the update will come with new stuff, I do recommend some of the mods. The mods are a bit harder to find, and if you're not of rank when the stuff drops next week, then you are still in luck to have some of these. If you have the Dark Zone funds and they're not burning a hole in your pocket, then hold on to them and see what's going on next week. But still, we have about a week left to wait until we get some new blueprints that are with the update. So if you have quite a few Dark Zone funds, then this might be something good to have just in case. Alright, now let's move on to DZ5 and see what they have there. In DZ5, for the, I guess, cheap stuff that you can buy, we have the CQB SS scope. It gives you 22.5 headshot damage and 21.5 accuracy. Not too bad. You're looking for a high velocity magazine that you want to buy outright. You can get one of those with critical hit chance and reload speed. Supply drops are expired. 30 seconds. Not doing them. Alright, so anyway, we have the high velocity magazine. Those things are, I would say this is not really something you would want unless you are looking to put it on a shotgun, but still I wouldn't even recommend it there. The purple we can skip past. Now for the blueprint, we have the CQB SS scope, and for this one, this is a power level 32. If you're looking for a scope that you might put on a larger optics weapon, then this may be one for you. You can't put this on some of the smaller SMGs, but I'm pretty sure you can put it on an AR, LMG, and maybe even a sniper rifle. Pretty sure sniper rifle, it says optics mod is large. So if you need something for that, for a little bump in headshot damage or whatever else, this may be good for you. I can see this being really good for ARs, so if you need a good mod for your AR in terms of the scope, this may be right up your alley. The muzzle brake, for the amount of DZ funds, I would only say get it if you need stability. So basically these two mods you really want to have on maybe an AR. ARs need a bit of stability loving, so this may be a good little combo for you if you're looking for something to deck out your AR, so you might want to give them a try. Alright, now let's go over to DZ6 and finish this out. DZ6, we have the knee pads of the Nomad, Final Measure knee pads, Final Measure holster, gloves of the Nomad. These are the things that you can buy outright. Now for the blueprints, we have the knee pads of the Nomad, the holster of the Nomad, Final Measure knee pads, and Final Measure gloves. If you need to pick up any of these things, the 214 variants or the 191s, just to kind of get you up to speed, then this may be the place to go. Of course, now a lot of these recommendations and things that I'm saying in this video are for a bit of the higher end player, but if you're a new player, a beginner player, a lot of these things may be very good for you. This is a good week for you to kind of get ready for next week's update and for the incursion update that's coming with heroic mode probably next week. So if you are a lower level player or a beginner player, you don't have so much gear and you're interested in the division, then this is still a good week if you have the funds and the rank to pick up things to bump your character and get them leveled up. Alright, so that is pretty much what's going on this week in terms of the blueprints and the stuff in the vendors. Not really a lot of stuff that I can recommend this week. It's kind of a sad week for us PS4 players. I wanted to make this video kind of for the PS4 people because I'm in the same boat as you guys, and it really kind of sucks that we are on the sidelines with that timeout. The weapons balance update comes out very soon, so hopefully that will give these blueprints some loving, and maybe we'll see some 220, I think it's 228 or whatever that new gear score number is for the new weapons. I'd like to see some of that for the armor as well, and hopefully get some people moving their character along so that they can start trying out some of the harder difficulty missions and, you know, enjoying the game again. So until the next video, this is Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real. I'm out.